We have received some updates to school progress, and I thought I would make a quick video to go over some of the updates and make sure that everybody understands how Domain 2A is going to be calculated in 2023. So let's go through the PowerPoint. The most recent updates that we have received is the fact that academic growth will have a 0, 1/2, or 1 point, and I've got a chart that's going to show you how those points fall out. The other news that we have received is on accelerated learning. Accelerated learning has taken a great turn for the better. When we talk about accelerated learning, remember originally we talked about the fact that the student was going to be in the denominator twice? Well, the student will only be in the denominator once, and they will have the ability to earn an extra 1/4 point. And we'll go over that chart in just a couple slides. Okay, so let's look at calculating annual growth points. Here is that transition chart. That transition chart is titled transition because it's as a student transitions from one grade to the next, and we are looking at performance levels. We are no longer looking at scale scores. We are only looking at performance levels. So here is the performance level that the student scored in 2022. Here is the performance level that the student scored in 2023. Remember, growth is only calculated for math and reading, okay? So if we look at this and a student scored in low did not meets in 2022, and then in 2023 they scored high did not meets, they will score 1 full point. If they were at high did not meets in 2022, remained at a performance level of high did not meets in 2023, they will get a 1/2 point. But if they moved up to low approaches, they will get their full point. If they were at low approaches, stayed at low approaches, a 1/2 point. Low approaches, moved up to high approaches, a full point. High approaches to high approaches, a 1/2 point. High approaches to meets, a full point. Okay, and you'll see that if they go from meets to meets, it's a full point. Masters to masters, it's a full point. And anytime that a student jumps a performance level from meets to masters, from high approaches to meets, that they are going to be able to receive a full point. So there's 3 ways in which they earn a 1/2 point, multiple ways in which they earn a full point, and ways in which they can actually earn no points. Okay, the next is calculating accelerated learning points. The accelerated learning points are going to come from those students that we refer to as 45-45. Those are the students that in 2022 did not score approaches or better on STAR, math, or reading. Okay, so this year in their next grade level, if they score approaches or better, they will earn 1 point. That point is going to be multiplied by 1/4. So in reality, they're not earning a full point, they're only earning a 1/4 of a point. This is the chart that shows you the full process to calculate. We're going to look at our annual growth points. So all of those students that earn 1 point or 1/2 a point, we're going to calculate if all of those points, those go here. Our accelerated learning bonus points, that's all of those students who were 45-45, those students who had a valid did not pass, did not meet in 2022 on math or reading, and then in 2023 scored approaches or better, they are going to receive a 1/4 of a point. We're going to add all those up. We're going to total the number of math and reading assessments in which the students qualified for growth points. To qualify for growth points, you had to have taken a test last year. You have to have that same content this year, and it has to be a grade level or more higher than what you took last year. Okay, we will get the raw score and we will calculate that out to a scaled score. And there is a scaling tool that they will use to be able to go through it. Now, I referred several times to, let me put this in animation for us. I referred several times to the high and the low of did not meets and approaches. So let's look at how that works. We have did not meets, here is the low. We have did not meets, that's the high. We have did not meet, we have approaches low, we have approaches high. The students have the opportunity to earn a 1/2 a point. They can earn a half a point by staying in did not meet high. They can earn a half a point by staying in approaches low. They can earn a half a point by staying in approaches high. But we want them to earn a full point. How can we do that? Well, if you go from did not meet low to any part of did not meet high, even if it's that very first level of did not meet high, you'll earn 1 point. Did not meet high to approaches, you get a point. Approaches low to approaches high, you get a point. Approaches high to meet, you get a point. If you're in meets and you stay in meets, you get a point. Or if you're in meets and you go to masters, you get a point. And if you're in masters and stay in masters, you get a point. And then remember, we can earn bonus points. We've got that quarter bonus point for the students who are new to approaches. So a student who in the previous year scored did not meet at any level, whether it was low or high, and now scores approaches or better, then they can earn that quarter of a point. Okay. This is how it breaks out in raw score for the 5th grade math, whether it is the English or the Spanish test. Here is how those raw scores break out in the performance level. This is 6th grade math, and of course we don't take 6th grade math in Spanish, we only take it in English. So here's an example of how those raw scores come out. Here is 5th grade reading language arts, and this is in English or Spanish. 6th grade reading language arts, and so you can see a 1 to 13 raw score on the 2022 STAR test would have been a low did not meet. A 14 to 18 on the 2022 STAR test would have been a did not meet high. A 19 to 22 raw score on the 2022 STAR would have been an approaches low, and so on. So that gives you an idea of how those break out. Again, here's just another way of looking at where we can get our annual growth points or our accelerated learning points. It has to be in reading or math. You have to go from 1 year to a year grade higher than you took. We can earn our growth points in English 1, in English 2, in algebra. English 1 is new for us, okay? And we can earn our accelerated learning points. Now, why is this so important to be able to think about our performance levels as we're looking at progress? Because this is an example of one grade level, one content from last year, from 2021 to 2022. In this one grade level, one content area, we had 41% of our students who scored masters in 2021 drop to below masters in 2022. We had 33% of our students who were at meet drop performance level in 2022. Okay? We had 48% of those that not meet increase their score, yay, and we had 36% increase their performance level. And remember, we are looking at performance levels and not scores. Okay, we had 52% of our students increase from approaches. So all of our students who scored approaches in 2021, 52% of them in 2022 scored greater. Okay, TELPAS is that other growth that we don't really talk a lot about, but we need to start making that a part of our conversation. How do students earn growth points for TELPAS? Well, they have a composite score, and that composite score needs to be advanced high, or their composite score needs to increase one performance level or more from 1 year to the next. Okay. For 2023, we are going to have a different set of rules for accountability in TELPAS, not for students exiting TELPAS, but just for Domain 3, where we look at TELPAS as a part of our accountability. For TELPAS 2023, we have our writing that's going to be online, and it's going to be incorporated. This is the first year in which the teachers aren't scoring, that TEA is scoring the writing. And so for 2023, TELPAS growth will be based on 3 of the 4 domains. So it will be based upon reading, listening, and speaking. And students will need to score advanced high or increase one or more performance levels in 2 of those 3 domains, and they will get their growth point. One of our lowest domains in TELPAS is speaking. And so TEA put together some numbers for us on why speaking is so low. Because remember, speaking in TELPAS is just not about saying words. Speaking in TELPAS is about, are we answering the question? Are we justifying our answer? Are we able to score points on the rubric that says, yes, you are giving a well-informed reply? And what they noticed was that in grades 6 through 8, students were taking an average of 15 seconds to respond to the question. How in 15 seconds can you possibly talk in complete sentences, justify your answer, give some facts out of the resource that you're given? Not possible. That's why students are scoring low in speaking. Okay? TELPAS speaking response versus proficiency level. For those students that scored advanced high on TELPAS speaking, look at their average time: 43 seconds, 41 seconds, 43 seconds. The students actually have to speak in complete sentences, speak in complete thoughts, speak with justification. They have to plan out what they're going to say and then talk about what they plan. Okay. No one goes backwards. That's our goal for STAR. That's our goal for TELPAS. No one goes backwards. That we're always moving our students forward, that we always know where our students are, and we know where they need to go.